I have just returned from a weekend that warmed my heart. I was at the fall gathering of Return to the Land. RTTL, as it is called, has formed its first settlement in Arkansas, built as a community exclusively for white people. 2 years ago, RTTL members took ownership of 150 acres of forest in the Ozarks. The land had never been developed for any purpose. This was starting from scratch. Everything from roads to culverts had to go in, and heavy equipment owned by members has been very useful. The results in just 2 years are impressive. Members have cleared land, dug wells, put in septic, laid foundations, and built houses. Some 2-story buildings have gone up, all built by RTTL and their friends. Everything is simple but sturdy and built to last for years. Here's the brand new community hall in the center of the development. Crops are being planted in newly plowed fields, and chickens and goats supply eggs and milk. About 40 people now live in this bustling community. You could say that its number one purpose is to be a wonderful, healthy place for white children. And there are children, large and small, running everywhere, welcome everywhere. But they're not photographed, so you'll just have to take my word for it. These families are like our pioneer ancestors. They don't face hostile Indians, just hostile rulers and hostile media. How does Return to the Land manage to stay all white? It's a private membership association. This legal structure means that it can select members entirely as it chooses, and it selects only whites who share its vision of building European heritage communities. Of course, lefties are bellowing. Whites' only group draws bipartisan rebuke. What a surprise. The Arkansas Attorney General investigated RTTL's legal structure, and the result? No laws broken by whites-only settlement, for now. That was back in July, and the authorities have since been silent. All the rules for RTTL are set out in its bylaws. You can become a member without committing to buying land. For a small fee, and after vetting, you can join discussion groups and attend community events. Which brings us back to the 2025 Fall Gathering. It was open only to RTTL members and invited guests, and some 250 people attended. For those who wanted to make a long weekend out of it, it began on Thursday evening and continued until Monday morning. There were MMA classes, an arm wrestling tournament, strength contests, a talent show, and talks on many subjects. There was an embroidery workshop, a discussion of natural childbirth, and a demonstration of goat's milk and cheese making. One remarkable aspect of the gathering was the participation of some 100 members of Patriot Front, who were there strictly as volunteers to work on projects that needed manpower. They camped out in their own tents and formed work teams to clear brush, drive fence posts, and build rock embankments to stop erosion. It was great to see them out of uniform, fine young white men working hard in solidarity on a project for our people. Here are work crews admiring the sunrise before setting out for work. On Saturday, there were some excellent talks. Here's Eric Orwell, one of the leaders of RTTL, explaining the paleogenetics of Europeans. I spoke in the evening, as did Thomas Rousseau, leader of Patriot Front. All speakers were enthusiastically received by an appreciative audience. On Sunday afternoon, at a location off the settlement, Eric Orwell married one of the members. Needless to say, RTTL enthusiastically celebrates marriage and children. As I said at the beginning of this video, the weekend filled my heart with joy. Some may say that hostile authorities could crush this expression of white solidarity. Others may say there are easier ways to build communities. I don't care what they say. There are different ways, to work towards our goal, to ensure the survival and celebration of our people, and to surround our children with people who will adore them and cherish them and teach them what a great blessing it is to be white. Certainly 10 years ago, or even 5 years ago, an effort like this was just a dream. RTTL and other projects too are undeniable proof that our movement has gone dramatically beyond talk and into action. As a man who has spent his life talking, I can't tell you how moving it is to see such inspiring levels of commitment, dedication, and love for our people. May there be many marriages at Return to the Land. May there be many births. And may it be a model for many more communities of white people determined to build a better future.